Blevins. And Mississippi State wins the tip in the home right away. Good deflection up top by Williams. Still 15 to shoot. Prater tries a three and knocks it down.
Is here for senior night, but that three-pointer is huge for Mississippi State. The last 3 games they've been 7 for 40 from behind the arc, so shot selection and knock basketball has been going. Yes, you want to get today, and then you want to get a couple in that SEC tournament, because you just never know who's going to get an at-large bid, who's going to cause an upset. But
with the shot, and now Prater, one of a handful of seniors being honored before today's game. Almost picked by Prater the first time, and then a second time. Johnson pass to the corner. Williams buries a three. Prater again.
He's coming off of 2 games back-to-back double-double, and that's what LSU wants. She's one of their main scorers for LSU, but through SEC play, they've gotten better game by game and knowing how to play with each other.
Favor not seen a shot attempt go down for Flau'jae Johnson. And that might have been a walk, and it was.
LSU has a lot of different lineups and rotations they can run, whether they want to play small ball or whether they want to play in their bigger lineups. Confidence, and that was one of the coaching things he wanted to continue to do as they get the defensive run out.
Prater takes it all the way. Prater off the bounce, kick out McFall. Minutes for the Tigers.
Early on here, you can see Mississippi State is slowing down the LSU offense, getting back in transition.
Great. Williams. Deep 2 rattles out at top rebounding teams in the country against LSU, who leads the SEC. Francis! Come on! Time, 15 to shoot. Step through and a foul. Elite as a freshman in the SEC.
And that athleticism, the plyometrics that you do, obviously, in basketball, defensive player of the year in the SEC. You know, this is exactly the Mississippi State team that you saw win against those top 25 teams.
Prater, tough jumper on the 3. Boy, that was a fortuitous bounce there to keep it to Crisp. Driving and set back by Knock.
He loves.
Another freshman in this game. Both teams relying heavily on freshmen this year. Speaking of, has been surprisingly dominated by Mississippi State. Open 3.
Picked up her rebounds, assists, and steals, and now she's scoring when shit's needed the most for LSU. On one, break down low.
Off the bounce, Williams getting to her spot and fading away with the right hand. 2.
Mississippi State, I can't tell you enough how great they are doing in their transition defense, making LSU have...
Wiley. Turnaround. Fall Wiley drops it in.
Mississippi State's team, Favor Wadozie and Madison Francis need to get the basketball in the half-court offense.
Prater inside Wadozie, but the back...
You mentioned rebounds being so important, and that's one of the main stats you and I were looking at is rebounds. LSU #1.
Honoring a handful of seniors in the program. Williams, Euro, come on.
It looks like she's on her path already there in the second quarter.
Crisp, deep 3, off the mark. It sits and picked by Fulwiley. Trying to get it past Prater and draws a foul. Tournament titles while with the South Carolina Gamecocks. Good block there by Fulwiley.
The basket.
She too could be a dark horse for the SEC Defensive Player of the Year. Good rejection there, but got off to an early lead. Led by as many as 9. And the shot selection was a bit. Francis and Wadozie, their 2 top scorers, have combined for just 5 points as Williams rattles in another.
He's doing so well as being ready in help anytime the ball goes on the floor.
Good offensive rebound and the putback by. One of 5 players in the SEC averaging a double-double.
Oh, they have so much depth, so many weapons that can score. In that Mizzou game, they had 7 players in double figures. They can reach, and that really makes a difference for Mississippi State right now, getting that defensive board.
3 from Lampley. Wait. Full Wiley, step back 3, yes.
56% from the three-point line. She's hit 9 of them, and because that gets her going when she hits the long one.
Pick 6 for Full Wiley.
Their roles and how to find the extra player.
Flau'jae Johnson, no. Koval fighting for it. Williams came away with it. Turnaround short of her career in her final season in the SEC. Of course, began at Auburn, spent 2 years at Old Wiley. Pitch back Williams, 5 to go. No look pass to the corner. Joyner rebounded. Richard head up in transition. Pops and drops.
Don't have the play, it's not worth forcing it against LSU. They are too talented and way too fast in the open court to have
Francis, wild shot off the back of the rim. And last touches with 5 to go in the first half. Step back jumper, no. Wade Dozie clears the board to end the first half.
Go and then held Ole Miss to no field goals. So that's what it looks like when LSU turns it on defensively. I like that your mom sent that in so we could check it out.
That's how nondescript my
son before they actually started practicing. So you know she's still got it.
And a foul under Narders from last year. And it's among the most newness that she can remember.
And leading into this, like, how is the team going to bond? How are they all going to get along? Because they're all star players for LSU. And foul.
State off and running. Richardson on the bounce pass, counted in the foul.
Humphrey Coliseum on their feet.
5 quick points to start the second half.
Scoring 3 points a game, but at 6'2", they need her production.
Francis spins and just the 4 points on 1 of 6. Full Wiley, no. Rebound Richardson and a tie-up. And the long defensive set here for Mississippi State, and Williams makes. Fane, first minutes of the game. Dribble pull-up, yes. Fane to Francis. Back out Fane, 3. Joyner. Francis, push shot and the foul.
You know, and we were watching Francis and then the excitement from Mississippi State, and yes, that did.
One by Maddie Francis. So Richardson.
And that's a lot of time left in this quarter to be in the bonus, fighting the ball into the paint and trying to take it at LSU on the offensive end.
Fouls and the and ones on that trip down the floor for the Bulldogs. Full Wiley, no on the rebound by
Michaela Williams to push the ball up the floor. They want to try to get that transition game, not have to set up every single time.
Step back Williams.
Mississippi State, you only have to worry about the 40 minutes that are in front of you, and that's here right now against LSU.
First lead for State since early.
And blocks, gets it done defensively.
Has a pair of each in today's game. Here's Prater left open on the baseline and pays it off. Williams spins, yes, plus the foul. Putting
different ways. The production is huge off the rebound, steals, assists. Just being that all-around player for LSU.
Floated into the paint. Francis could not.
LSU to have to stop and regroup on the offensive side.
Richard knocks down a 3.
Williams' bread and butter has been taking it off the dribble and getting to the paint, and either hitting her mid-range game with
19 points for Williams. Open 3. Prater knocks it down.
In this game.
Williams kick out Richard. Prater rebound. footwork is something to behold. Richard.
You bigs need some hockey assists out here because they are setting all these screens to get the guards open.
Right place, right time for Wade Dozie. 55 seconds to go in the third quarter. Zip pass inside Koval. Williams with the vision. Prater with 10. Off the bounce was rejected by Koval at a state.
Again.
Defended by Francis, falls. Francis trying to tie it up, and she does.
What hustle by...
Just check back in. She will get it. Well defended, Richard. Wow, a whistle before the horn. Among the best free throw shooters since conference play began. Makes it a players would rather hear something from Kobe than from him.
Yeah, if he's like, if I need something said, I'll just make sure it's from somebody to listen to.
Williams, a chance of the
game. Coaches always mention that. Then you look back on film and realize, yes.
Good flash by Wade Dozie. Left it short. Order. And now LSU by 58-47. 8:45 to go, and a
backdoor play by the Bulldogs.
It looked like Williams might have traveled. Joyner rolls down the and one. Took a bit of a different role this year than she's ever had. Really set it.
But you see when they go to the bigger lineup, her and Koval in the center really make a difference. And this is what makes LSU so dangerous, is how they can move in.
Richardson, baseline pull-up, rims out. Francis wins it back. Richardson pops, rims it. Williams, good feed, extra pass, Koval. Trying to get past Richardson, spins. Almost stolen by Francis, still 5 to shoot. Williams at 3. Yes! King. Extra pass, Richardson, corner 3, got it.
Oh.
Francis lost it, and it's back the other way. Deep 3. For Wiley, no. Williams.
Read and cover multiple players on the defensive end for Mississippi State is huge.
Full Wiley with a no-look bounce pass to going deficit for the Bulldogs. Francis 3. Wade Dozie 1 for 2, now in double figures in 10 of her last 13 and full.
About how fast she is with the basketball in the open court.
Richardson, tough step back on the baseline.
Shows up because you know exactly what the scout is and where your teammates work best. And there she is.
Williams.
Yeah, there she is off that screen. You've got
4 in according to Charlie Cream. King, pull up, good.
Something going downhill quickly here against the time.
Does get downhill and draws a foul, stopping the clock. Was 40 of 46 in league play entering the day. Up short on senior day.
Well, hard fought. You even love to see Francis on
4 in a row and will